Hello, welcome to the first edition of All Around Town. My name is Roger Wilson, and I'm your host today. I am the Government Affairs and Policy Director for the county in the County Executive's Office. Today's first guest is Brunswick Mayor Karen Tome. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good. We're going to get right started here. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and all about Brunswick.
Okay. I grew up in New York in a little town that was about 45 miles north of New York City. It was right on the Hudson River. I was a tomboy as a child, and I played in the woods and enjoyed creeks and going fishing and stuff like that. So my love of the environment and science and things drove me to go to the University of Maine, where I received my bachelor's degree in science in wildlife biology. I met my husband there in the same profession, and we were married about almost 34 years ago. Yeah. And then we ended up moving to Michigan. He worked on a doctorate program there, and then we came to Maryland. So we came to Brunswick in 1991 with us two small children, a 6-month-old and a just under 3-year-old who loved the trains. I was a stay-at-home mom for about 9 years. I volunteered a lot in the city and with all the different organizations and schools and things in town. So I got to know a lot of the people in town, and I'm a very strong believer in volunteering in the community. And then I started working for the Frederick County Public Library System. I worked at the Seaboard Arts Library in the Children's Department for about 16 years. And then I moved out to, I became a council member in 2008 for the city of Brunswick. Became mayor in 2012, and I also I moved out, transferred out to Brunswick to work part-time at the Brunswick Library. So that's where I am now. I've been mayor for about 2.5 years.
Oh, 2.5 years.
About 2.5 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
so,
right, good. So what are your goals and priorities?
And let me tell you a little bit about Brunswick. I forgot to tell you a little bit about Brunswick. So Brunswick is on the southeastern part of Frederick County, and it's about 45 miles north of Washington, D.C., and it's on a river, very similar to my childhood home. And it is about 6 miles down the river from Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. It started out as a town where a gentleman formed a ferry boat service across to Loudoun County, Virginia, is right across the river from us. And then it became it was called Berlin to start with. When the C&O Canal and the B&O Railroad came through, they came through in about 1834, about the same time, the canal a little bit sooner. It was a canal town for quite a few years, and then the B&O Railroad built a classification yard there. And and they changed the name from Berlin to Barry because there is a Berlin on the Eastern Shore, still is a Berlin on the Eastern Shore. So they changed the name to Barry. And in 1890, they incorporated as Brunswick. And they were a boom town, a classic railroad boom town.
Well, it's a beautiful area.
It is.
Just curious about your goals and priorities for Brunswick.
So my main goal as mayor is to see this town start the transition from kind of a sleepy little town to a larger one. We have the second half of Brunswick is being built in Brunswick Crossing, 1,500 homes added to about 2,100 homes that we have now. So it's going to be quite different. Where diversities are changing, and so. Yeah.
So that definitely the demographics are changing,
Definitely.
and in that, can you kind of describe your recent accomplishments?
Yes. So we're trying to move Brunswick a little bit more into the 21st century as far as IT equipment. It's been hard because the economy's been tough, but we are starting to invest more in our IT equipment. We just approved, at our last council meeting, we just approved a new accounting software program, which will make it a lot easier to get great reports and things from for our council members and our residents.
Any activities or events upcoming in Brunswick?
We have a lot of great events every month, so you can check our calendar. And we have some key events that come up. In October, we have our Brunswick Railroad Days Festival, which is a fantastic festival every year and celebrates our heritage. And then in November, we always have a Veterans Day Parade, and it's one of the only ones in the state. It's a wonderful
So how would we contact you if we had any other questions?
My information's it's going to be on the screen, and I would tell people to feel free to call me anytime at City Hall, my number at City Hall, or email me. I'd love to hear from people. So,
Anything else you would like to add?
I would. A lot of people ask what party I am. I'm a registered Democrat, but what I use to guide my life is second to my Christian faith, is a goal of personal responsibility. And I think that if people take responsibility for their actions, and I've learned not to criticize people as much if I haven't walked in their shoes. And I believe civility is critical to good government and to a good society. So, but thank you very much for allowing me to be on the show.
Absolutely, and Mayor Tome, I often visit your meetings, mayor and council meetings, and I am just excited about the engagement of the constituency in Brunswick and the young people. They are involved and know what's going on. So
they are. We have a lot of volunteer commitment too. It's wonderful. They're really taking part in the community.
Yeah, and it says a lot about your leadership and making sure that your constituency is engaged.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That means a lot.
Again, we look forward to you joining us again in the next edition of All Around Town. If I don't see you before then, we look forward to seeing everyone around town. Thank you.